Everyone, Nicole with Tandy Leather here, and today we're diving into one of the easiest ways to add custom designs to your leather projects, stamping. Whether you want to create decorative patterns or personalize your leather work, stamping is a great technique to master. I'll walk you through everything you need to know from preparing your leather to making crisp, clean impressions. Let's get started. Before you begin stamping, it's important to prepare your leather properly. Stamping works best on vegetable tan leather that has been cased, meaning it has the right amount of moisture to take impressions. Check out our video on how to case leather for additional tips and tricks, but here's a quick rundown of the beginning steps. Lightly dampen your sponge or use a spray bottle. The leather should darken but not be dripping wet. Let it rest for a few minutes so the moisture can evenly distribute. If the leather starts drying out while stamping, reapply a small amount of water. There are many different types of stamps available. Here are some of the most common. Starting with border stamps, which are great for creating intentional borders. Use tools like swivel knives or wing dividers to make your border, then play with shapes and textures. Featured here are used camouflage tools and veiners. Next, we're looking at non-repeating geometric shapes. These can be used to create all sorts of textures and images. Some of these use tools that are used in other type of tooling, like this camouflage tool and cedar, which you'll see in florals a lot, and then others are going to be much more generic geometric textures and shapes that you can use for projects specific to this. Next, we're looking at basket weave and repeating textures. So for instance, this honeycomb shape can be interlocked to repeat several times. And you'll see later in this video it's used sporadically and not 100% woven together. This tri-weave is another great way to create a textured pattern over your project. And then you have your traditional basket weave, which interlocks as well. You'll notice this error, and we'll go over that later. These are the tools you'll see often used in floral and figure carving. Look forward to more information in a future video releasing soon for more about the florals and beyond. Finally, we have letter and number stamping. These come in sets of letters and numbers in different designs, different fonts, different sizes, and they are the perfect way to personalize or truly and sincerely make something your own by putting your name or mark on it. Let's go over proper technique. Place your leather on a firm, non-bouncy surface like a granite slab on a heavy workbench. Hold the stamp vertically, making sure it's positioned correctly before striking. Use a mallet or maul to strike the stamp with a firm, even pressure. One solid hit is better than multiple light taps. If creating a repeating pattern, carefully align each stamp to keep the design consistent. And practice on a scrap piece of leather first to feel how much pressure you need and to get the hang of the repeating pattern. Here's some common mistakes and how to avoid them. Uneven impressions. This happens when a stamp isn't held right. Make sure it's level before striking so you don't get light impression in some area and heavy in others. Next, you get double impressions. If the stamp moves before striking again, it can create a shadow effect. Always lift the stamp straight up after each hit. And sometimes you'll end up with over-wet leather, which is too much water, making the leather mushy so it won't hold the impression well, or it holds it too well, so keep it damp but not soaked. Once your design is stamped, you can take the next level by adding color and finishes. Apply antique gels or dyes to bring out the depth of your design, use resist techniques to highlight certain areas, seal your work with a finish to protect the leather and enhance the details. And that's it. Now you know how to use stamps and add unique designs to your leather projects. If you found this helpful, be sure to like, subscribe, and follow for more leather crafting tips. Have a favorite stamp or a project idea? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy crafting.